Hi, ladies. It's Risa coming to you live on Friday for some heart to heart conversation. I am back. I've been away for a few weeks, so I'm happy to be back with you live today on this Thanksgiving holiday weekend. I hope y'all are having a good Thanksgiving. I know this is a tough time we're moving into now with all the holidays. If you're in a relationship you're not happy in, you're trying to figure out if you want to stay in it or not. And there's probably all kinds of shabib hitting the fans, right? And so I want to give you some tips today on how to navigate whatever situation you're in right now through this holiday season so that you can stay calmer, be happier, and keep moving in the direction where you can feel empowered to make the choices that are right for you and keep moving ahead in your life and take care of yourself in the process, and just how to do this with as much grace and ease as possible as you're trying to figure out what you got to do. Does that sound good? Type in yes in the comments right now if you would like to be able to move through this holiday season with a little more ease and grace and clarity. So I am happy to share with you today a few tips on that. So the first thing, and you may know this, and I know I tell you this all the time, but I think we understand intellectually that we have to focus on what's within our power to control. And it's so easy to focus on that other person and trying to make them change and be different. But I know from my experience, having been married to a man who struggled with alcoholism and depression, it's just, that's my definition of suffering, honestly. It's trying to control stuff that we don't have control over. We don't have control over other people and the choices they make and how they're going to choose to show up and what they say and what they do. However, we always have a choice in how we want to respond in any given situation. And so that's really our job. Our job is to choose, how do I want to respond? And I know that's easier said than done too. But just remembering that here's a few little tips. One is you don't have to go to every fight you're invited to. I love that expression. You can always choose to just acknowledge that person if they're showing up and they're trying to, escalate. If there's a situation that's escalating or they're trying to pick a fight or whatever, you can just say, you know what, I looks like you're really angry right now. And so I'm happy to talk to you when you're ready to talk to me calmly, respectfully. So I'm going to leave the room, and I'm happy to talk to you about it later when you're more calm, or when I'm more calm if you feel yourself getting triggered too, right? So you don't have to accept unacceptable behavior. And so hopefully that's just a little bit of a communication tip on how to handle situations that are heated kind of situations. Like, you just don't have to. You don't have to participate. You can leave. You can excuse yourself, assertively, calmly. And so that's really, my hope for you is that you can feel empowered, feel more empowered. I know it took me a long time to kind of learn how to speak up and be able to set those kind of boundaries. I know that's a whole other that's a whole day-long workshop in itself, is like how to set and hold healthy boundaries. But just knowing that, you do have the power to choose how you want to respond in a situation. You don't have to go to every fight you're invited to. You don't have to accept unacceptable behavior. I know that's a big one for a lot of you. And I just want to add a little bit of a disclaimer. If any of you right now are feeling threatened in terms of your physical or emotional safety in any way, shape, or form, I highly encourage you to just contact the domestic violence hotline. If you're in a situation, especially if you feel like you're in any kind of, if there's any kind of physical abuse going on, that is a little bit of a different conversation. I really would encourage you to seek some help with that through the domestic violence hotline. You can check that out. So you know what? The other thing is that we do have the power to choose where we want to focus our attention. And so that's why I just really want to encourage you to let's get our focus off what we don't have control over off that other person. Maybe that sounds counterintuitive, but just for now, if you can get your focus back on yourself and just focus on self-care, like what do I need to do today to just take care of myself, or what do I need to do right now in this moment to take care of myself, right? And so that's really just doing that in itself. If you can just try and get your focus back on yourself and breathe and just focus on what do I just need to do to take care of myself today, that in itself can actually shift the whole energy, the whole dynamic of a relationship in this situation, because you're not, you're sort of taking your, it's like not going to the, not going to the fight. It's like you're taking your focus off butting heads with that person. You're getting your mind off the problem and start focusing on the solution. And this is the first step in finding the solution. And the clarity you need, you guys, is just focusing, getting back your attention back on yourself, and just for now, just focusing on self-care. And to also know that unless you're in a situation where there's real, you're feeling threatened, your safety is threatened, that it's not an emergency. It's not a relationship emergency. Just to maybe give yourself, take a breath and just know that, I don't have to have all the answers today. I don't have to have it all figured out. I mean, this is a lot of the work that I support my clients with, is just there's so much stuff that comes up when you're thinking about leaving a marriage or leaving a relationship that you've been in for a long time. So much fear, so much unknown, and so much different emotions. And so we need to get the tools to be able to handle, to process our emotions and to get to that place of clarity. But just, just for you for today, just know that, like, just really honor how you feel. You know what? It's okay. However you feel right now, it's okay. And what if where you're at right now in this situation is an opportunity for you to learn something about yourself? What is it that's, using the relationship like a mirror, if you're willing to be honest with yourself and just look at what is it, what's my part in this? What is it that I have an opportunity to learn right now from this situation? And oh my Lord, I learned so much from that situation that I was in my marriage, that I just learned so much about myself, and that I was depending way too much on my partner for that, looking for that love, that approval, that security, when really it was my own that I needed. And so I'm actually really grateful now for that, that experience, as painful as it was, which it probably was the most painful time in my entire life, but I learned so much about myself and how to love myself and take care of myself, and what does it take to be in a really healthy relationship. And so keep your eyes open, because I'm going to be doing like a whole new course on codependency. I don't know, like at the time I didn't even know what that word meant, but it's really, it's really about creating healthy relationships that are based on a good, solid foundation of our own self-love, our own relationship with ourselves. And so regardless of whatever is going on right now, keep yourself safe, number one. And number two is just, for now, what do I need to do to take care of myself? I might not like the situation, but I can take care of myself in it, and I can like myself in it. So I hope this is helpful for you today. Drop in any comments, questions. I'll be going back to look for those. And so you know what? We gotta stop focusing on stuff we don't have control over, which is anybody besides ourselves, right? We just gotta keep focused on what we have control over. How do I want to choose to respond in any given situation? How can I honor how I feel? Give yourself some space, some time, and just, be gentle with yourself right now. No, you don't have to have it all figured out yesterday. And be watching for some more information. I'm going to have some good new trainings coming up, lots of classes. I'm excited to share a bunch of new information with you. And, bottom line, go-to question, what do I need to do today to just take care of me? right, sending you lots of love. Please give this a thumbs up if it was helpful for you. That gives me a little feedback on how I can best support you. Sending you lots of love, and yeah, wishing you a holiday, rest of your Thanksgiving holiday filled with ease and peace and lots of good self-care. All right, darling, loving you up. Love yourself up today. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.